What's up guys, Onmaths here, and we're going to go through some basic algebra. Nothing too complex, we're not talking about solving or factorising, just the very basics of algebra. This is normally the stuff on the first couple of pages of the exam. So we're going to be starting with this nice 1 mark question from AQA, and it's just a collecting like terms question. So we've got an 8x, and we've got a plus 6x, which are like terms, and then we've got this take away 3 here. So what we're going to do is just put the x's together, and we can put them next to each other, 8x plus 6x, and then we're just going to basically ignore this minus 3 because there's no other numbers here for us to do anything with. 8x plus 6x is 14x. And that minus 3 just sits there happily, not being able to do anything because there's no other like terms. So the one we're going to circle for this one is this one here. Next we're going to move on to Edexcel's offering, and we've got slightly more questions here, but the difficulty remains the same. So question 1a, we've got 5 lots of p. We're taking away 3 lots of p, so 5 take away 3 is 2, so we've got 2 lots of p so far, and then we're going to add another p, so 2p plus p is 3p, and I've written x, no idea why. Always make sure you use the same letter. Now, something to not forget here is when you've just got plus p, it's plus 1p, so whenever you just have a letter on its own, it just means one of that letter. Okay, for the next one, we've got these slightly different m cubes, and they're there just to throw us off because we've just got 1 lot of m cubed plus another 1 m cubed is just going to be 2 lots of m cubed. Nothing harder than that. So when you've got, I've written 1 for some reason, 2 lots of m cubed. So whenever you've got some complicated power there, when you're adding and subtracting, it makes no difference. You just collect it like before. Now just be a bit careful, because if it said m cubed plus m, that would not be able to be collected. You've got to keep those apart unless you're multiplying them. When you're adding them, they've got to be exactly the same power. And here we just got m cubed plus m cubed. M cubed plus m cubed. It's just 2m cubed. Simple as that. And this last one, we've got to approach the same as we did for the first question we went through. We've got to find the like terms. Now, sadly for this 10, it's got no friends in there, so that's just going to stay on its own. But here we've got a plus 3c and a subtract 7c, so those are like terms. And we've got a plus 5d and plus d. So this 10 is just going to sit there, and let's get these c's together. So plus 3c minus 7c, and let's get these d's together. So plus 5d plus d. So we can collect the like terms here. Again, that 10 sadly is sitting on its own. Now here we've got to work out a negative, because we've got 3 c's and we're subtracting 7 from them. And if you're a little bit unsure with negatives and stuff like that, it's always worth just drawing a number line really quickly. It doesn't take long, and just write down the number you've got. So we're starting at 3 and we're going left 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And fill in the gaps. 2, 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Simple as that. So we're minus 4c. And then we've got 5d plus d. And don't forget, d on its own is just 1d. So 5d plus 1d is going to be plus 6d. Simple as that. And we write in the number. Now, normally we put the letters first and then the numbers, but for this question it doesn't really matter. And I don't really like starting my answer off with a negative. That would be my excuse. So we finally move on to our Lovely OCR offering, and we've got much the same with the first couple of questions, but we have a nice little substitution one to round off this video. So we've got in question 6a part I, we're starting off with 2p, then we're adding 5p, which will be 7p, then we're taking away 3p, that will leave us with 4p. Simple as that. Collect the like terms for part 2, so we've got 6j minus j, and we've got 3k minus 5k. So writing them together, 6j minus j plus 3k minus 5k. 6 take away 1 is 5, so 6j take away 1j is 5j. And 3k take away 5k. Now again, do yourself a quick number line. I'm not going to do it again, but do yourself a number line if you don't know. It doesn't take long and guarantees you the mark. Make sure that you know the right answer. And that's something you can do at the end of the exam. You can always check that you've got it right by just quickly doing a number line when you've got a bit of time at the end of the exam. Okay, now for this next one, we've got some information. Always like some information. And we're told that oh, click the wrong one. We're told that h is 12, useful bit of information to know, and t is 4. So what I'm going to do is write out the expression, which is 10h plus 6t. I'm going to write it again by putting the multiplication signs. We don't write them when we're doing algebra, but they are there. So we've got 10 times h plus 6 times t. And then I'm going to substitute in what we know h is. We know h is 12. So I'm going to substitute that in there. And we know that t is 4. So I'm going to substitute that in there. And then we just work that out. So we've got 10 times 12, which is 120, plus 6 times 4, which is 24. And so 120 plus 24 is going to be 144. And that looks good to me. Well, I hope you found today's video useful. These videos are going to start off a little bit easier for foundation because I want to make sure we cover absolutely everything, and that's why I've lumped these together with the kind of basic moniker. So we've got basic number, we've just released yesterday, basic algebra, I think it's basic geometry tomorrow, and then we get onto the meaty stuff. So if you've enjoyed this video, please click like. If you want to see more videos from us, click subscribe. Make sure to find your way across to the onmaths.com website, where you'll find all the free resources, completely free. You can sign up and join our summer school, which is on right now as I'm saying this. However, you might be watching this video not in summer, so therefore it will not be on. However, everything else on our site will still be available. So I shall hopefully see you tomorrow for another video.